Hi there! Today I'm going to show you how to create a 3D button in SwiftUI. As you can see, it has two layers and some shadow to give it a 3D effect. Let's get started. Let's create a new SwiftUI file for this button, and we'll choose SwiftUI view and we'll call it 3D button. We won't be creating a view here. Instead, we will create a button style which can be reused to give any button this three-dimensional look. Let's call it 3D. We don't need this body function. Instead, a button style has a make body function. I'm also going to change this preview so that it shows a regular button with a label. And we can style this button using the one we've created above. Now we're going to create a background with two layers. There's a top layer and a bottom layer with the text layer right on top. We are going to place these layers in a Z-stack. Let's add the bottom layer first, which is a rounded rectangle with corner radius 6, and it's colored black. And next, we're going to create a similar rounded rectangle with the same corner radius, and let's color it gray. It looks like it's covering the whole page, so we are going to give it a width and a height so we can see it better. So dot frame, width, let's say 100, and height 30. We can only see the gray rectangle here since it's a Z-stack and the black rectangle is completely covered by the gray one. So let's give the bottom layer a Y offset. You can see it looks a bit 3D now. We also need to add the button label, which can be a text or an image. We can get it from the configuration. Configuration.label, there you go, and we can color it white by giving button a foreground color. At the moment, this button doesn't do anything when we tap on it. In order to get a 3D tap, we need to move the top layer down to give it that 3D tap effect. So we need to add an offset, but only when we're pressing the button. So to do that, we need to know when the button is pressed, and we can get that value from the configuration. Configuration.pressed would be true when we're pressing the button. Let's pull this offset value out into a constant so that we can reuse it. This offset value needs to be a CG float, not an int. Now, if I tap on it, we can see that the top layer is moving down and it looks like a 3D button press. We also need to do the same thing with the text and move it down when the button is pressed. So let's apply the same offset to it. There you go, we have a 3D button. We can add some shadows around it to give it a nice finish. This shadow needs to apply to the whole stack and not just individual items. So for that, we need to turn the stack into a compositing group and apply shadow to the group. So radius 6 and I'll add a Y offset so that the shadow looks like it's at the bottom. You can customize this button as you like. I'm going to make it square and change the colors. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please hit the like button if you did. I'll see you in the next video.